And yes, I'm still in my robe, even though it's almost 2 o'clock. Rosemary, lavender, and frankincense. Pretty accurate. So I need to pull it together. Mika wanted to say hi. Say hi. So today is November 2nd, and I'm about to sit down and start writing for NaNoWriMo. You did hear me right, it is November 2nd. I didn't get a chance to write yesterday. I have a Watt-along live show on Saturday, and I'm still finishing up the book. So yesterday I just really focused on reading instead of writing. I actually took today off of work, just like a mental health day, so that I could finish that book and try and get caught up on NaNoWriting before the weekend. Because I also have kind of a busy weekend. And not only is it already November 2nd, but it's already like 2 p.m. on November 2nd, and I had planned to be done with my first writing session before now. I haven't opened my Nano project since Camp Nano in July. I wanted to look at it and do some stuff like prep work in October, and I didn't have time. I had a really busy October. It is what it is. I'm going to start now. I actually had to do a little more setup than I thought. I opened my project today and I had to move my outline from like the main document to like the synopsis. I set up my manuscript target at 50,000 words and my session target for right now at 1667 because I'm planning on just doing the writing that I didn't do yesterday right now, and then hopefully I can have a second writing session tonight and do like the November 2nd word count. So that's my plan. I have my coffee, I have some peanut butter toast, and yes, I'm still in my robe even though it's almost 2 o'clock, but I didn't have to work today, and even on the days that I do work, I work from home, and so I usually don't put on real clothes until lunchtime. So I'm not planning on changing my clothes until after I write 1,667 words. Here we go. Hey guys, I am done with my first writing session of today. As of right now, I have 1,683 words. My goal for this session was 1,667, which would have been the word count I needed by the end of yesterday. So I am sort of caught up. I haven't done writing for day 2 yet, but I plan to do that later. I'm actually terrified though because this took entirely too long. It is now about 4:30, so I took 2.5 hours to write the first like 1,683 words, and that's with me having a pretty good idea of what was happening in the beginning of the book, so like I don't know how I'm gonna do this later on. I just hope it comes easier, but if it doesn't come easier, this is gonna be really hard and very time consuming. I got into the beginning of my second scene, so my first scene was a total of 1,465 words, and I got 218 words into my second scene. I'm gonna go ahead and stop here because I met my session word count goal, and I need a break after sitting here for 2.5 hours. I did take a number of breaks, which is one of the reasons why it took so long, but I just was having a really hard time getting going. So now I'm gonna go and actually get dressed, even though it's 4:30 p.m. I had a lot of things planned to do today on my mental health day. I need to do some filming, and then I need to finish my Watt-along book, and then I plan to do some more writing. So I will check in with you guys when it's time for my second writing session. Bye. Hey guys, so it is November 3rd, it's a Saturday. I did not end up doing any more writing last night like I had wanted to. After I got done writing, it was already 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I left the house to go get dinner because I hadn't left the house in a few days. That's just what happens sometimes when you work from home, and I needed to get out. So I went out to eat, came back, and then I still had to finish my Watt-along book last night, so I ended up just reading and going to bed. This morning I had my Watt-along live show, so if you are following along in the Wheel of Time read-along, the Crossroads of Twilight live show was here on my channel, so that's up. You can go see it if you want to. And then I had lunch and went Pokemon hunting with my husband, and then now I'm back. I have dinner plans with my best friend. She just moved out of town recently, so I'm really excited to see her, but I need to get at least 1 day's worth of writing in before I go to dinner. Should be able to do it. Yesterday it took me 2.5 hours, and right now it's 4:20 and dinner's not till 7, so I have the time as long as I sit here and do it. So what I learned from yesterday is that I really need to make sure I'm doing like writing sprints because it's so easy to get distracted. It's something that I heard a lot from other people, but because I've never tried to write anything, hadn't really experienced it, but like every 5 minutes I'd be like, oh, let me look up this thing, or oh, let me check my phone. At one point I had to go and put my phone in another room, but then I realized I needed to time myself doing sprints, like focus for 20 minutes at a time, so I brought it back. And then I have my coffee. This is actually a bookish mug that my friend that I'm having dinner with tonight got me for Christmas one year. It says, "I like to party, and by party, I mean read books." Pretty accurate. Another new thing that I'm trying is I've got some essential oils diffusing. I did a mix of rosemary, lavender, and frankincense. I thought I would add like an aroma aspect to my writing routine. It's not really a routine yet. And then the other thing, if you're wondering why it's so dim in here, is that I like to work in the dark. Like, I really don't like things to be light and bright when I'm working. Okay. So that was a lot of talking. I'm going to write. I'm about to write the inciting incident, or I started writing the inciting incident yesterday. I did stop in the middle of a scene, which I've heard you shouldn't do, but I actually felt okay doing that because I knew where the rest of the scene was going and kind of wanted to be able to pick up with momentum. The other thing that I did yesterday while I was writing was listen to one of the Harry Potter ASMR rooms. Today, I'm gonna listen to Gryffindor Common Room. This one has a lot of rain sounds in it, and I find that really relaxing. All right, let's see if I can write like 1,600 something words in less than 2.5 hours this time. Okay guys, I'm done. It's now 6:30. I think that still took 2.5 hours. I don't remember what time it was when I started. Maybe it was just 2 hours. So I ended up doing like 20-minute sprints and then 10-minute breaks. I even did some of those sprints like on Twitter, just like announced when I started and stopped. So I did pretty good. I wrote more than what I needed to today. So what I ended up doing, since I'm a day behind, instead of trying to write like a full extras word count in one day, I basically just took 50,000 minus what I'd written so far and then divided that over the number of days I had left, which was 27. To be able to reach 50,000 as of today, I needed to write 1,790 words every day. I wrote 2,378 words in that session, so that was more than my daily count, which is good because it'll help me get caught up. So total, I have 4,060 words right now. I wrote through the end of scene 3, so I'm past the inciting incident and just like the scene that happens after that. A few things that I've already noticed is that I already hate a lot of what I'm writing. I'm seeing so many phrases that are so cliche, just like things that are cringy. Like if I was to read them in a book, I'd be like, ooh, this is really like immature writing, but it's my first draft of something and I've never written anything before, so of course it's immature writing and I just need to be okay with it and just move on. I also have already felt like I was kind of like info dumping, trying to give background on my characters so early in the book. Anyways, those are some of the things that I'm struggling with right now, just on day 2 of NaNoWriMo. Those are all things that I've heard before, and I know the advice is just to keep going, especially because this is Nano and it's just basically a 0 draft or, you know, a really early draft, and that the first draft of your story is just you telling yourself the story. So I have to remind myself, I'm just telling myself the story, nobody else needs to read this, and then I can make it better later. All right, now it's 6:35 and I'm meeting my friend for dinner at 7, so I really gotta go. I'll check in with you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, so it is November 4th, which is a Sunday, and it's 6:45 right now. I have had already kind of a full day. I woke up early, well, sort of early. We had daylight savings, so I got an extra hour of sleep than I thought. But I woke up and wrote for like 20-30 minutes, and I got in 441 words. So I'm currently at 4,501 words. And then I did something really fun. I drove an hour and a half down to Waco and I met up with another booktuber friend of mine, Katie from Girl About Library. Definitely go check out her channel if you haven't heard of her before. She reads totally different books than I do. She reads mostly adult fiction. This is the second time that we got to meet up in person and I just love hanging out with her. So what we were doing was we went to a huge library book sale in Waco. I bought way more books than I thought I was going to. I have to do a haul or something to show you guys all the books that I bought. And then after the book sale, we had lunch together, and then I drove an hour and a half back. And I got here almost an hour ago, so like 5:45. And I was so sleepy on the way back. I mean, I had just eaten, so that was definitely part of it. So I laid on the couch and watched some people's like daily NaNoWriMo vlogs to kind of get me like amped up and ready because I cannot leave it at just 441 words today. Like, I need to write some more. I wanted to start off Nano with a head start because I know it's going to get harder and harder the further I get into the month, and like, here it is on day 4 and I'm already like, oh my god, how am I going to do this? So I need to pull it together. I feel better after laying on the couch for like an hour, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go get cozy, take off like my real people clothes and put on some like sweats and a sweatshirt. I'm gonna make me some coffee, but my goal is to sit down and start writing at like 7, which is in a little less than 15 minutes. So before that, I have to go change, make coffee, and then come back to the computer. So I'm gonna check in with you guys then. Okay, so it is now about 8:30. I've been writing for about an hour. I actually didn't start writing until about 7:30 instead of 7. But I just did 2 writing sprints of 20 minutes each, and I am checking in because after that second sprint, I technically met my daily goal for today. But I just did the math, and I think I'm only like 800 words behind of like catching up to where I should be if I had written 1667 every day. So I think I'm gonna do one more writing sprint. I've been writing about 400 to 500 words in each sprint, so I probably still won't get completely caught up, but I'll get a lot closer. I think the coffee's working because I am awake and I feel like I can do at least one more writing sprint. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll check in with you guys and let you know what my total word count for today is going to be. So it's now 9 o'clock, and I just finished my 3rd writing sprint of the day, or I guess not of the day, of the evening, because I wrote earlier today like 400 words, so probably comes out to about 2 hours of writing, I think. But no, I wrote way too much for that to have been 2 hours. I've been terrible at keeping track of how long I've been writing. Anyways, so I got to the end of scene 6, which is the end of chapter 4. I mean, these scenes and chapters are probably going to change later, but as of my outline of right now, I have a total word count of 6,537, and I wrote a total of 2,477 words today, which is a lot for me. So I guess technically I'm still 131 words behind of being like completely caught up, but that's a lot better than I was this morning. So while I had hoped that the first weekend of November I would get a good amount ahead, obviously that didn't happen, but I am happy that I've been able to catch up since I wasn't able to write on the first day. All right, time to enter my word count into the website. Let me show you. You see that? Ta-da! That's what my graph looks like. Okay, so it is, like I said, 9 p.m. I'm gonna call it a day, and I'm gonna go to bed. Let's hope I continue to have good writing days the rest of this week. I will let you know. Bye. Hey guys. So it's the next day, November 5th, so the 5th day of NaNoWriMo, and I have decided to stop writing for the day. I didn't check in before I started writing. Just figured I'd tell you how it went afterwards. So I did 3 20-minute writing sprints already, and For today, I've written 1,434 words, and my goal of what I needed to write to stay on track was 1,672. So I'm technically like 250 words shy of my goal for today, but I did all of those writing sprints, I don't know, maybe like 45 minutes ago because I stopped and had to have dinner because it was getting late. Now it's after dinner, it's like 9 o'clock. I know that I could get another 250 words in not that much time. I had planned on doing a whole nother 20-minute sprint and seeing if I could get a little more ahead, but I don't know, after dinner I don't feel like writing anymore. So even though I know that if I pushed a little harder I could do it tonight, I'm also like, it's only 250 words. I can definitely tack that on to what I do the rest of the week. Getting started writing today was hard. After a whole days of work, I just was feeling so brain dead and not motivated, and I ended up laying on the couch and just watching some NaNoWriMo vlogs. So those of you guys who are posting like daily NaNoWriMo vlogs or have already posted your first week, thank you, because that kind of is what's been motivating me to write, is watching other people's NaNoWriMo vlogs. And so after I like rested for an hour, then I felt able to write. So I think what I might try tomorrow is trying to write before work at least a little bit, like maybe get 1 or 2 sprints done before I start working. I'm like not a morning person at all, so I'm really not sure how that's gonna work, but I think I'm gonna try that tomorrow because writing for like 2 hours after work was a struggle for me today. Anyways, my total word count is now 7,971. That's so close to 8,000. That sounds so crazy to me. And yeah, I'm gonna call it a night, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow with more writing stuff. Bye. Hey guys, so today is the 7th. It's officially been a week of Nano. It's been a little over a day since I checked in with you because I took yesterday off of writing. I hadn't planned to. I had planned to wake up early and write, or at least try to write before work. That didn't happen, and then I kind of had like just a little bit of a stressful day. I just did not have it in me to write yesterday, and I decided that it's probably good for me to take a mental health day when it comes to writing. So that's what I did. I took yesterday off, and I again planned to wake up early enough to write a little bit before work, but as I mentioned, I am not a morning person, and so again, it didn't happen. Anyways, now it's after work, and it's about 7. I have about half an hour before dinner, so I'm gonna write 1 sprint now, and then at least 1 sprint after, if not 2. I've decided that I'm okay with getting a little bit behind for the rest of this week because what I was working on last night and what I need to work on more tonight and tomorrow is my October reading vlog. Well, I wanted to get it up tomorrow, Thursday, the 8th. It's probably or definitely not gonna happen, but I really want to get it up by Friday. I mean, Saturday, worst case scenario. I'm almost done with the editing of it. I just need to like add book covers and shorten it because it's like 35 minutes long right now. And I actually still haven't even filmed my intro to it. So I need to do that tomorrow and get that added to the video. Anyways, enough chit-chatting. I'm going to write, and then I will check in with you afterwards because this is going to be my last clip for the first week vlog because I pulled all of the footage that I already have, and it's like 40 minutes of footage. Granted, a lot of it is me typing that I can cut out. But yeah, the vlog is already getting long, and today is the 7th day, so I'm going to call it a week after today's writing session, but I'll check in with you and let you know how today goes. Bye. Hey guys, so I have done 2 writing sprints, 1 before dinner, 1 after dinner, and it's already like 8:45. So I'm gonna call it a night after just 2 sprints, just because it's getting late and I still have some video editing that I want to do tonight. I'm actually pretty happy with my word count considering I only did 2 sprints, so 2 20-minute sprints, and I got 1,181 words done, which is kind of a lot for me. So I'm really happy with that. What I just finished up is what I'm thinking is going to be chapter 5. So I'm basically already halfway through Act 1. I have all of Act 1 pretty well outlined. That's one reason why things have been going so well. Starting in Act 2, I have it outlined, but just not in very much detail. And then Act 3, I definitely have an idea of what's going to happen, and I, again, have an outline, but it's very vague, and I also don't love what I came up with for Act 3, but I just couldn't think of anything else, so I'm hoping as I write Act 2, more of Act 3 will come together. I'm going to be introducing more characters once I hit Act 2. So far, I've only been writing about 2 characters, and only from one point of view. So Mika wanted to say hi. Down here huffing and puffing. Say hi. I guess I didn't say what my total word count is so far. So now I'm up to 9,152. I kind of wish I had it in me to get all the way to 10K, but I just really would rather work on my October wrap up so that I can get that up in the next couple of days. It just means that I will be definitely hitting 10K tomorrow. I'm gonna call it for week 1 of NaNoWriMo, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog.